Daniel Jeremiah released his second mock draft for the 2025 season, and it's coming with some surprises. This is your Denver Sports Daily for February 20th.
The biggest stories, the latest news. It's Denver Sports Daily.
NFL analyst Daniel Jeremiah released his mock draft 2.0 on Tuesday, and there are some surprising differences in this one that differentiate from other mock drafts that we've seen coming out so far in the offseason. Now, first of all, he predicts that the Broncos won't get Tyler Warren or Ashton Genty. That's not ridiculous. We've seen that before. He has Warren going earlier at pick number 7 to the New York Jets, and he has the Broncos passing up on Genty, letting him fall to the Pittsburgh Steelers at the 21st pick. That one surprises me. I can't really see a situation where Ashton Genty's on the board and the Broncos choose to move past him. Now, what do the Broncos do instead? Instead of those two players, Jeremiah has the Broncos taking Colston Loveland, that tight end out of Michigan, and I've talked about him before. Colston Loveland is a great pick. If the Broncos can get him, that would be huge. He would be great. That is one of those players that you want to go for. If one of those three players is the Broncos' first-round pick, overall, I'm happy. I know the Broncos are happy. Most fans are happy. But I still don't know how I feel about passing up on Ashton Genty. Genty has been incredible. I mean, obviously, we saw it. He was the leader in the Heisman voting for most of the college football season last year. And letting him fall to the 21st pick to the Steelers, just I can't imagine a world where that's going to happen or that's going to pass for the Broncos. They need a running back. They need a tight end, of course, but a running back. Sean Payton's looking for a joker. He wants a guy, and sure, a tight end could be that guy, somebody who can run out and catch and block, do all of those things that boost everything in the playbook. Again, that's how I'm going to talk about it. You got to look at what's improving the playbook. Colston Loveland would. He would improve the playbook, but so would Ashton Genty on a much different scale. Ashton Genty would be incredible, and letting him fall, I can't imagine a world where the Broncos do that. Now, another surprising difference in this mock draft is that Shedeur Sanders is falling to the Raiders at the 6th pick. Now, it's not too crazy. The Raiders have obviously been linked to Sanders, but it just doesn't seem like that would happen. The Giants have shown a lot of interest in him, and they wanted to take him at 3. They've got the 3rd pick. Seeing Shedeur Sanders go to the Giants is where I've had my head at most of the offseason. I thought he was going to fall there definitely, but they don't take him in this mock draft. Now, who do the Giants take instead? Instead of that, they're going for a different CU alum in Travis Hunter. I can't imagine Giants fans would be too upset about this. They got Travis Hunter instead of Shedeur Sanders, but they needed quarterback. I would be so shocked if Shedeur Sanders falls out of the top 3. Now, Jeremiah also has the Tennessee Titans taking Abdul Carter with the 1st overall pick over Cam Ward. Now, Tennessee fans would lose their mind if they didn't take Ward. I can't imagine how a Tennessee fan would feel seeing this mock draft and seeing them take Abdul Carter. Sure, Carter is the number 1 ranked player in this draft. He's great. Obviously, that's who you want on your team. But if the Titans chose Carter over Cam Ward, those fans would be freaking out. There would be riots in the streets. Now, this draft will be again on April 24th. That's when the first round is going to happen. I'm so excited for this. It's so much fun. Again, I keep saying it. We are in a perfect time for the Broncos. The rebuild is happening. The rebuild is still happening, and you get a little bit more flexibility. You say, who do we want? Are we going for some different positions? You get a lot more room to decide what you actually want on your team. And again, I don't want to hear, oh, the rebuild's over. We went to the playoffs last season. Sure, the Broncos went to the playoffs last season, but that's the best part about it, is that they're in a rebuild and they went to the playoffs. I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see what the Broncos do in the draft. Again, if they take one of those 3 players, Warren, Loveland, or Genty, there's no wrong. There's no wrong way to go for the Broncos right now. Now, moving on, the Four Nations Face-Off final is tonight, and Team USA is getting a rematch with Team Canada. Last time these teams played on Saturday, it was obviously pretty heated. It was a great game. There were 3 separate fights within the first 9 seconds of the game, and I don't know a better way to get non-hockey fans into the sport. You get 3 fights between USA and Canada in the first 9 seconds. That's must-see TV right there. Now, Team USA came out on top, winning 3-1 off the back of Jake Gunsill's 2-goal performance. Incredible play from USA, and they were hot in their first 2 games. They faced off against their first 2 opponents and outscored them by a 9-2 margin. But they were slowed down in Sweden in their final game, by Sweden, I should say, in their final game, losing 2-1. They clinched their ticket to the final, and now they are facing off against Canada once again. Now, this game will begin tonight at 6 p.m., and the odds makers have it listed as a toss-up. There's no favorite right now. It's going to be a great game. It really is. I can't imagine a better way to do it. USA versus Canada, what more can you ask for? And obviously, if it's anything like that first game, it's going to be must-see TV. Now, moving on, it is a Nuggets game day tonight. The Nuggets are back in action after their week-long break for the All-Star games. They're welcoming the Charlotte Hornets to town after they beat the Los Angeles Lakers last night in a game that came down to the wire. Even though the Hornets were major underdogs, they ended up beating the Lakers with Luka Doncic and LeBron James, and that's a whole different conversation about how Luka Doncic is not fitting in with LA. But with that, they're coming off hot. They're coming off that win against a pretty good Lakers team. Now, the Nuggets are hot too. They're hot as a pistol. They've won their last 8 games and are sneaking up on that 2nd seed in the West. A win tonight would tie up the standings with the Memphis Grizzlies, which would leave just the Oklahoma City Thunder ahead. It's going to be a big game. Now, Denver is headed into this game as 15-point favorites. Should be a blowout. And a big game is a big game because of what it can do for the standings, not because this is going to be a competition. The Nuggets should be able to go out there and dominate. Now that game will begin at 7 p.m. tonight. It's definitely going to be fun to watch. But that's going to do it for your Never Sports Daily. I want to read some of your comments. Good morning, Joey. Analytically, a team would not pass on a running back before a tight end. Past history shows it. Yeah. I mean, you need a running back more. You don't pass on a running back before a tight end. I get what you're saying. Let's see. That's why they call them mock drafts, so we can mock them. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it. I don't like it. If you take Colston Level, I can get here's what I'll say. I can get taking Tyler Warren before Ashton Genty, not Colston Loveland. And that could come back to bite me in the butt if that ends up happening. But if Genty's on the board, you got to go for him. You got to get him. And again, this kind of goes back to the episode I had yesterday. If Aaron Jones is kind of your target in free agency, sure. But that just leaves more room to go get Ashton Genty, have him learn from a vet. So that's where my head's on that. But I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. That's going to do it for your Never Sports Daily. I'll be back with you guys again tomorrow, recapping hopefully a Team USA win. Let's go USA. And then hopefully a Nuggets win. But I will see you guys all tomorrow. Until then, y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.